I got involved in electoral reform when I started a petition in May to change our voting system. And a few days later, we had the most disproportionate general election in British history. The petition got 235,000 signatures, and there was a massive surge in support, a massive swing in public opinion against first past the post, and overall 477,000 people signed petitions for electoral reform, which were delivered to Downing Street and unfortunately fell on deaf ears. However, despite the Conservative majority, this is still a massive opportunity for reform over the next few years. There's new support for proportional representation, which has blossomed in places that is totally unexpected. Millions of people feel unrepresented and disengaged. They're angry that their votes were wasted or they were forced to vote tactically. Labour voters in the southwest, where I'm from, where the Conservatives won all but 4 constituencies, Conservatives in the north and in Scotland, UKIP, Greens, Lib Dems across the country. There's new support that we can take and build and make into a massive, broad campaign for electoral reform, which is what we're hoping to do today. So, where does Make Votes Matter come from? After the success of the petition, I started a Facebook group which now has over 6,000 members, with the sort of aim of capturing some of the support of the petition and using that to engage activists. Thousands of people wanted to carry on campaigning and keep up the pressure on politicians to support electoral reform. From this group, a core team developed of dedicated activists. In May, we organised the Great Gathering for Voting Reform outside Parliament, and almost 1,000 people gathered to demand a fairer voting system. More recently, we've rallied grassroots support behind Jonathan Reynolds' proportional representation bill, facilitated the creation of local groups, and given supporters the chance to vote on a new name. Large sections of the electoral reform movement were scarred by the AV referendum, and with a Conservative majority, it may seem like the prospect for reform is off the agenda. But we're confident that we're in a better position to implement reform than ever before. The Labour Party is in transition with a new leadership examining their policies, and there's plenty of room to promote PR within the Labour Party. The Conservatives have a majority of just 12, and their MPs are increasingly rebellious. Lib Dems, UKIP, Green, Plaid Cymru and the SNP have all reaffirmed their support for PR, and a majority of voters from every party support electoral reform. If we can utilise this support efficiently, we have the potential to start persuading and pressuring the government on this issue. Make Votes Matter wants to be at the forefront of this broad and inclusive campaign, supporting and working with Unlock Democracy and the Electoral Reform Society, as well as engaging the pro-reform organisations and individuals from across society. We want to make activist engagement, creative action and public participation a central part of the campaign for proportional representation. It's for that reason that on May the 7th, 2016, we will be holding a massive demo for reform at the anniversary of the most disproportionate general election in British history. It's my privilege to invite you to join us on May the 7th and also ask for your support to make a compelling demand for a fairer voting system.